I've seen parts of it.
It's just the whole thing where he's like casually trying to read the teleprompter,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Today in fucking bullshit," and then he's like today in fucking bullshit. The fucking he's like, God, the thing is going too fast. He's like yelling at other people, and he's like, because they have the delay that they have
Mm-hmm.
to cut to after like commercial or something. So that's why he's like, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. He just starts screaming at people. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
That was Bill O'Reilly, right?
Yes, a younger one. It looks
Yeah,
totally different.
of course.
Yeah.
It didn't take too long for him to look like complete shit.
Yeah, like an upside down ball sack. And
What
behave like one too, really.
I just remember getting home from school and turning on the TV and then seeing like the O'Reilly Factor on every day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what our parents watched, dude.
Like I went to like the fucking like the bar that my dad worked at or whatever, and it was there, just on no sound. It's just the TV's on with him screaming about whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm just like 12 years old looking at the TV like, what the fuck is this? What's happening?
Have you ever seen his long form debate on stage with a mediator with I want to say Bill Maher. I think it's Bill Maher.
Bill Maher and Bill O'Reilly had a debate.
Yeah, they were on stage. They were debating like politics, and I'm not like it was long and boring, but there was a couple of times that both those guys are pretty good off the cuff, so it was pretty
Yeah.
funny here and there. Yeah,
They, they both. Bill Maher sucks ass too.
yeah. I
He's,
mean, I'm not for his corner. I mean, I'm not. I mean, that's not right to say, but I'm not in his particular corner
how did he not get in trouble for saying the N word?
because he's liberal.
I don't think that.
No, I think that's exactly what it is. I think that because he fights on the blue side.
Kinda.
He kind of does. Don't get me wrong. He does it perfectly, but I think that's literally exactly what it is. I think because he's not a Republican. And I'm not, this isn't like some red pill bullshit I'm trying to feed. I just like,
Yeah.
I think that because he does work for not leftist, but liberal audience members, I think he skirted it. I think he got through it.
It's fucking bullshit.
Little bit. It's a little bit bullshit. He got away with it.
Nobody else has ever gotten away with it.
it just It wasn't just like that he said the N word. He got away with house N word and
Yeah.
calling himself that. He got
That wasn't even like in a comedy show, was it? That was just like on his show.
I don't know. I remember the audio clip of him saying it. I don't watch the fucking Bill Maher show.
I don't either. I know he had Ben Shapiro and a black guy on. I don't remember his name, but they were arguing critical race theory.
Al Sharpton.
It was not Al Sharpton. I don't
Candace
think.
Owens.
I don't think. No, she wouldn't argue against Ben Shapiro. They're on the same side.
Oh, I thought Bill Maher was arguing two different
No,
people.
Bill Maher brought in Ben Shapiro and this. I think his name's
And just
Malcolm.
like and just a house N word.
Yeah, I think his name is Malcolm
Brought
Nance or
we have
Nancy
Ben
or some shit.
Shapiro and just Jamal from the street that I brought in to
Here
talk.
we go. I'm gonna say it.
Am I gonna say it?
I have to say it.
He's like everybody's looking at him as they're arguing, and he's like rolling his shoulders, like I'm gonna
Ben's gonna be
say
like, "Oh God, this is gonna be so awesome."
it. Yeah, Ben's excited about it. Ben's like sweating, waiting.
I've waited for a white guy to say this on TV with me forever.
I want to feel like I could say
I've only said it in the private of my home and all my other racist friends.
it. Allegedly,
I mean, come on.
for sure, allegedly.
I think it's pretty standard that most of his friends are probably on that side.
Well, I mean, well, you're just talking about saying the N word, which like
Oh yeah, that's a complete speculation.
bad bad news to everybody out there, but all white people have said it at some point.
Absolutely.
There's never been a white person who's never said that.
The idea that someone has gone their whole life without saying the word once is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and I don't think that there's black people that don't think that. I think they're fully aware
No,
of that. The funny part to me comes from when there are white people is like I've never said that word,
yeah, like
like because they're trying to get out of trouble on social media, and
you,
it's like now you're just
yeah,
lying.
you try to pull some fucking Chrissy Teigen bullshit where she
Yeah,
was like, "I've never even said it in my head,"
yeah.
and it's like,
Yes, you did right now. You
I
just said
pro, I say it in my head probably every day.
it.
I hear it in a song. How am I not supposed to think of the word? Like it's
That's true. I can't stop listening to Many Men.
yeah.
That song opens strong.
It's the white guy's way around. I can't say
Yeah.
it, but I can think it.
It's got to be
Yeah.
up here when I hear someone say it.
Mhm. It's just
Yeah,
how the brain works. There's no
yeah.
way around it. Is my brain
I've never
racist?
even thought of it.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
She's like,
up.
even when I read Huck Finn, I didn't even think of the word.
Yeah,
I
you
just
did. You
skipped over
have
it,
to
and I
think
was
of
like,
it to read it.
it's like
You
how
have to
in
translate
order
that
to skip
information.
over the word in the book, you would have to recognize that the word's there in the first place.
Yeah,
So,
unless you skipped over every word that started with N.
yeah, in Huck Finn, that's a lot.
Yeah.
One of the
Never
main
read it, but I
characters
can
is in
imagine.
his name. there's literally no way around it. It's
It's something Jim. I don't know what they called it. It's
yeah.
just something Jim.
Well, they changed it, didn't they? Is it just Jim now?
Yes,
Come on, that's stupid.
I know. I mean, it's a
I
weird thing.
I can see you getting rid of the in part, but you got to give him another nickname. It can't just be Jim. What if like there's so many more options out there? Like
I have constructive terms like builder Tim or laborer Tim
yeah,
or Jim. What the fuck,
yeah,
Tim?
yeah.
So you're just saying it.
You-
Organized union worker Jim.
you-
Constructive, helpful terms.
yeah, uh, lazy Jim. just, that's not as.
No,
What did he do in
I
the book?
don't
All he
think
did was
so.
sit on a raft.
I don't.
That's pretty
I don't
lazy
know.
to me.
I feel perhaps. I feel perhaps we shouldn't go that way.
Slow
Maybe.
Jim.
Who I haven't read it, so that's how not racist I am.
Yeah,
Never even read that
I
book.
can't read the book because it has the N word in it,
Yeah,
dude.
I know I can't. Yeah.
How come that book was allowed to have the N word, but Of Mice and Men wasn't allowed to have the R word in it?
Somebody had to call him the R word though.
No, never happened.
What?
They didn't call him retarded in Of Mice and Men.
Oh, that's crazy because that's what I was calling him the whole time.
Oh yeah, of course, because we were 16 when we were reading that.
I yeah, I guess we were
We
16,
were
yeah.
16, 17. I mean, we were in
No,
high
you're
school,
right.
so it's like
Yeah, I thought we were younger. You're right.
when you're 18, you're literally still 16. So it's just like
It's true. You get
your
a lot of
mind
credit when
hasn't.
you
Your mind is
become an
not.
adult.
Yeah, it's the same shit. You're thinking of the same thing. You're giving your friends wedgies in the hallways.
Every dick and balls joke is
Yeah,
funny.
yeah,
I mean, it still
still
is,
is.
but it's
Still,
always right in here, right in my heart.
never give up on these nuts jokes, dude. They're just so good.
Never. Ah, damn.
Never saw any bitches get wedgies in high school though. That's what a missed opportunity. To
Yeah, but
holy,
from like what other girls?
no, just like the dudes.
I don't know if you can get away with reaching into a girl's pants and yanking at her underwear in the middle of school. I really
Just
don't think you can
hoist.
cleanly sweep away from that one.
It's not about doing it cleanly. It's about doing it.
Yeah, I
Just
guess.
hoisting them up by their britches.
In a weird reverse action, I once was I had this crush on this chick for a long time.
And she gave you a wedgie.
Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
I had a biggest
It
erection.
is
But
great.
no, she was like and I guess I didn't have it on her at this time. It was mostly just like Juno. But I thought she was so hot. And there was this taller girl who's at the time a lesbian, but not anymore.
Mm.
I don't want
Okay.
to try to be incorrect about that, so I'm just gonna say I don't really know. But a taller one, and I'm at my locker, and this girl, this insanely hot girl, is like 5 lockers away, within earshot, and she says, "Hey, tall lesbian girl." Obviously, she didn't say that, but she said her name, and she was like, "I dare you to de-pants me," and I'm at my locker, and I'm like I'm my
Yeah.
curiosity is fucking peaked.
I can't.
I must pretend like I'm searching through my locker for much longer than I need to.
I can't fucking go to class now. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I have to hide this erection in the locker for a little while.
I'm gonna stand
I'm
here
like
for.
smashed up against it, and the teacher walks by. She's like, "What are you doing?" Like, nothing. I'm looking for something. Got my hips fully thrust into the locker to hide my boner. Like, yeah, I need glasses. Just right up on it. But anyway, and the girl walks over, and she's like, "What?" Because it's a weird fucking thing to say. And she's like, "I dare you to de-pants me." So the girl comes over, and she's wearing like joggers or something. I don't know, like sweatpants of
The
some sort.
lesbian or
No, 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 no.
oh,
The
the other
main
one. Yeah, I know
chick.
who both these
The,
people you're talking about.
yeah,
So I know
she
who
comes
both
over
are.
and she grabs the pants. And she yanks them all the way down, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like side eyeing it, trying to see. And it was just that she had shorts on
Yeah.
underneath. It wasn't anything fantastical. It was super teased to me and the lesbian chick, which I think is mean in retrospect to the girl who everybody at the time knew she was a lesbian. And then one of the insanely hot girls is like, take my pants off. And then it's just a blue ball or a blue clit, whatever the equivalent would be. And I was like, I don't know. I think that's pretty mean in
Yeah.
retrospect. I don't know how I started talking about, oh, wedgies. It's
Yeah.
like,
We're talking about the old-fashioned wedgie.
yeah. Because I mean, if I went to deep ends, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I would.
I get up on my red pill shit. I couldn't do that. I would get in trouble.
It's not fair. I knew a guy who depantsed a chick in high school, and he got
No
suspended.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you would. That's yeah, yeah. I'm not against that punishment.
I mean, I kind of am. It's not fair.
I no, I don't like the idea that dudes in high
If a
school are
girl did
just.
that to us, dude, we would not. She would not get in trouble.
That's true.
And that's sexism at its finest.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
a
the kids at school should not be forcibly taking the other kids' clothes off. I think punishment is duly just in either direction there.
Yeah, but let's measure how much force it takes. Can we do that?
No, I think
I think we need to
I
need to
think
establish some parameters here.
exactly what I just said. I'm standing by exactly that.
Well,
I
what if it
don't think
doesn't
kids
take
at
a
school should be
lot of
taking each other's
force?
clothes off. I don't. What? So what?
Then it should be less consequences.
No, it
You didn't
shouldn't.
have to exert that much effort. Therefore,
No,
you don't get
but you
that
had
much of
to
a
do it. It's
punishment.
just about the decision of going and doing that to another person.
But it's funny.
It's like, Your Honor, I shouldn't go to jail because raping her wasn't that hard.
Fair enough.
So don't think it works that
Well, it should.
way.
This is we want a meritocracy, and this is what it provides.
I laugh like that wasn't, in other words, like the basis of a lot of defense
Yeah,
cases for dudes who were really rapists.
she didn't put up
She
a
was
fight at all.
pissed, drunk, and mostly asleep. How the fuck
Yeah.
was I to know?
She didn't say no.
The world is a horrible fucking
I
place.
love it, dude.
We really like to think we're a lot more civilized than we are, that we're safer than we really are.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw this Reddit post about the shopping cart theory, which is
Oh
it's
yeah,
not,
you
yeah.
just saw this? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've always like
It's been
known
a thing
this
for like a
as
few
like an
years.
idea, but I never like saw it written out.
Yeah.
And it's just the idea of like you don't have to do it,
No.
but like you get nothing from doing it, but you still do it because it's like the right thing to do. And
Just
then,
for the betterment of the community
yeah,
around.
and it's like a fucking measuring stick for how we do without law.
I don't like the term measuring stick on it, but it's just like it's one of those things where it's like you have a space that the community shares and uses together, and you want that community space to be a good, well-oiled machine that works. It doesn't really matter that you do or don't do it at all. That's the thing.
Yeah, but but
There's
like,
no negative to not doing it.
well, I mean, other than that, like it's not the right thing to do
Why is it not the right thing to do?
Because that's a bitch for the people who have to work there and fucking go collect all the shit.
Oh, I thought okay. I heard what you said
The,
wrong.
the right
I
the
thought you
right thing
said
to
it's not the
do.
right thing to do to return them.
No, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, yeah,
You should return the card,
yeah. Absolutely.
and it's like a tool to be like, oh, that dude in like unlawful like society would be probably like not a good dude because
Yeah.
when he is presented with the idea that there's no punishment for what he's doing, then he would
Yeah.
just not do the right thing,
Okay.
and that's the idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how much weight that really holds, but it's just an interesting
No,
concept.
but it's like I think it's just one of those things where it's like it's not specifically that scenario, but it's that scenario and translate that into a lot of others. It's like the same people who just throw garbage out their window and shit. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like and it's like if I'm being honest, like I don't know, lawless society, I don't know what post-apocalyptic or something with where government isn't overseeing a lot of shit. It's like you kind of know like we live in a place where
It's already
most of the
illegal.
things
It's,
that you would do like to be a piece of shit and hurt society and just negate the people around you in some cases is usually already illegal,
yeah.
and it's like people still do it. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that if you take the restraints off people, I do think a lot of people are a lot more fucking shitty than we
Oh,
could
it'd
even
be
imagine.
terrible.
It'd be terrible. I don't think that it would be like every fucking show or movie we see where like the world ends and people just immediately start killing each other
Yeah,
for food and water. I think it would take quite a while.
I,
I
I,
think that shit would happen. Don't get me wrong. Like
I think
you get out,
very rural areas would be a lot more lawless in
I
those
think yeah,
scenarios.
I don't know. I mean yeah, there's some I think it super depends. I don't think there's a good way to pin it down. There's a lot of rural areas
Yeah,
that are like completely fine because they're comfortable because they have like a pump for their well
yeah,
water and that constantly refills and they have a lot of land to grow their own food on and produce and they'll be okay and they usually don't super interact with each other and if they do like it's kind of harvesting time for like early crops and shit right now. So my family and my girlfriend's family and like my neighbors, we've just been like trading a bunch of different food and shit to each other and
yeah.
making like all sorts of different like cobblers and shit and trading. And it's just like this good thing. We don't have to do it. We like our neighbor will just show up and he has like bags of sweet corn and he's like and we're like oh and we send him with fucking like blackberry cobbler that we find and like that we forage and shit. We don't just find cobbler in the woods. That would be nuts.
This shit's
But
so fucking stupid.
but no, it's like it's one of those things where it's like those communities would probably be okay for like a long time. Where it's
Yeah, but I
they'd
mean,
probably just be like, oh, we'll work it out together.
that's
I
like
think cities would be horrific.
I think cities would be the best place.
I think that would be the worst place. I think that would be the mass population centers when you have like a breakdown of like food actually getting to people and
Yeah,
production, is it and like stability of like water infrastructure and shit. And I don't think people would just give up on it. Like, um, I think people would try to band together a lot more than we see in movies. But for sure, like with a breakdown of some structures of society, a lot of people will get panicky. And when people get panicky, they get really shitty. And I think that would happen like quite a bit.
yeah. I'm just judging this off the people that we've been around,
That's
and
true.
like through recent events where it's like when the Black Lives Matter protests were going on, and
Eh,
they're like, if they come out here, they're dead, and it's like,
right.
okay, so like, you guys are just not gonna survive
Yeah.
in like
No,
when
it's
shit goes to if shit ever went down.
no, yeah. So they get super like uppity because they don't know those people. There's like
Yeah,
a straw man in their head, and they're like, that's a far away, like they characterize in their head, like, oh, those over there, those are evil people, and I should stop them because that's the right thing to do. Because they have no real sense of objectivity at all. They're like, there's simple good and evil, and I happen to be good, and those people who threaten my specific way of life are simply evil, and that gives me carte blanche to shoot them. And that's how easy the world is. And that's ridiculous, and they haven't met them. Um, Out here, you and me'd be safe because we're white,
yeah.
and we can super pretend to be like not into that shit. I have a long Facebook history where which would contradict me,
I have
but
to act like I'm not into that all the fucking time.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
I
um,
was visiting my aunt and uncle at a bar last week,
yeah,
and they were like, you're getting the vaccine because you're a fucking Democrat," and I'm like, okay.
not even really a
And
Democrat, but
they're
all
like,
right.
the vaccine's killed so many people, and I'm like, all right. Okay.
Hasn't. And the people who tell you that it has are lying to you.
Yeah.
They get exposed on a daily fucking basis about that. But
And
okay.
then she told me this story. She's like, my friend, who her daughter works at this place, and she thought she was gonna have to get it, so she went and got it, and then it turned out that she didn't have to get it. So that's bullshit, right? And I'm like, what?
No, she fucked up.
It's like,
She's
what are you
stupid.
talking about? She didn't have to get it. She chose to go do it.
And she
And
chose to go
you're
do it
mad
because she
because she
didn't.
didn't end up having to do it, but she did it anyway. It's like, what
And
the
it's crazy because if the vaccine kills so many people, she seems to be doing awfully fine at the end of this story.
Yeah, but I think the moral was like she was sick for a few days.
Oh yeah, like how people usually get when they get major shots.
Yeah, they also don't understand how like vaccines work, where it's like,
No.
like because they believe that the vaccine actually makes you sick, which isn't the case.
Yeah.
They don't make you sick. They just your body starts fighting off this fake thing.
Well, for lack of a better term,
Yeah,
sick.
but you're not actually
Yeah.
sick. It's
Right.
just your
I know what you.
body feels like it's doing something.
Yeah.
Essentially, you're not actually sick at all, and they don't understand that concept.
Yeah. I know.
We were talking about
I
this. The,
remember.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, I was at a part. I was at my niece's like second party or whatever, and
Her
her
second
parents and
party.
all their friends. There's her second birthday party. Sorry, and her parents, my brother and his girlfriend and all their friends were over, and they were sharing like YouTube videos that were like 14 seconds long of people sticking magnets to their arm, and they were like, "Look at this is what the vaccine does." And there was people who were like, "Oh my god, yeah, what else could that be?" I'm like,
It's iron in your blood.
it don't. It could be iron in the blood, or they could have had like a surgery where they have a pin in their
Yeah.
arm. Like it could be a bunch of stupid, retarded shit. But if people were turning magnetic, don't you think like more of that shit would come out than this
Also,
nondescript fucking YouTube video from nowhere?
how the fuck is that a bad thing?
I
I'd
don't know.
love to be magnetic, dude. I could stick
Well,
to
they
shit.
think it's the chip. They think it's you.
Oh, it's the
You're
chip.
being
It's
inserted
the
with a chip.
chip.
Which, like, if you can, here's the thing about it being magnetic. For anybody who
Do you
doesn't get
do you
that,
think
if the chip that you get inserted with is so small it goes through a syringe, it will not hold a magnet to your
do you,
arm. I
do,
don't know why you think it would.
do you think they call him crisp in England?
Oh yeah, a micro crisp. It's the dumbest fucking
The crisp in my phone went bad.
crisp in my phone.
I got to get new crisp from my phone. It's not good anymore. Got to get new crisp.
Anyway, I'm not getting the vaccine because I'm right wing. So it's not that I don't believe in the vaccine. It's that everyone in my camp isn't doing it, so I'm
Yeah.
also not going to do
I
it.
mean, they are, but like,
No, I mean they are now.
you're too
Sean
stupid.
Hannity and
Yeah.
all the other cunts walked back their first allegation
Well,
saying that now it's
first of
safe
all,
to get it.
well, they walked back because they got found out. Because in
Yeah,
order for
because
them,
they all have it,
yeah, in
and they
order
were
for
telling
them to
people
go
not to
back
get it.
on air for their shows, they had to get the vaccine. All the
Yeah,
fucking lots for Fox and all the lots for TV shows and everything were required vaccine to entry. So they've had
yeah,
it this whole time, and
yeah.
they were like, "Don't fucking get it. It's
Don't get
bad."
it. Yeah,
And
we
then
have it, and now we're protected,
and
but you
then
shouldn't
like
do it.
some people who work on the lots were like, "Nah, y'all fucking lying." And they're like, "Oh
Wow,
shit! Now we have
really?
to. Now we have to say, get it if you would like to."
Yeah. Also, another thing that I thought was funny when COVID started, back when like Boomer Doomer was still funny and shit, when COVID kicked off and it was like, yeah, it's killing all the old people. I was like, well, there goes like a ginormous chunk of the right wing voter base. Not to be like shitty, but like,
Hmm.
yeah, old people have a tendency to be in one specific demographic, and that's just kind of how it is. And I was like, if a lot of those motherfuckers start dying, like, it's not going to be as much people voting Republican in like any district, especially around population centers or nearby them. And it was like, and then immediately like it turned into a political thing because Trump's exit and everything, and it turned
Hmm.
into this big political battle for no fucking reason at all. And then it was like the right wing doesn't want to get it, and then it's like, what do you know? A bunch of old people are dying now because none of them want to get vaccinated and shit, or some of them can't. Um, and it's like, yeah, like a lot of people, and even younger people, like as it slowly moves down in age for the
Yeah.
demographic that it targets and like viciously hurts, are younger and younger, and all the people who don't have the vaccine are going to be right wing people, and
Mm-hmm.
they're going to get super fucked up for the most part. And it's like, yeah, the right wing voter base is like going to be horrifically fucking destroyed from this if it just goes rampantly.
That fucking that bitch, the representative Lori Taylor Greene or whatever the fuck her name is. You know what I'm talking about? She's one of the fucking insane QAnon people who got elected in the office.
As opposed to the non-insane QAnon people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this bitch, and I mean that as disrespectfully as possible. She did an interview yesterday, and she was talking about. She was like, yeah, well, she's like, yeah, the hospitals are filling up with COVID, but guess what? It's not all COVID. It's like sickness, cancer, and she's like, and guess what? We can't live forever, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
So let's all
nice,
die now.
nice, yeah. So it's like, oh, so like,
Can't live forever.
let's just. So we can't live forever, so let's just not live at all.
Yeah, let's just not live and let people die. Also, that wildly misses the point of what the problem was in the first place, which is that people with cancer and other life-threatening diseases and surgeries are immunocompromised,
Yeah.
which is exactly what the virus will kill. So if you have like cancer and you say need treatment to hopefully not die from it, you're going to have to walk into a
Mm.
highly contagious infected zone of people who
Yeah.
refuse to try to treat themselves. So you will most likely die from either cancer or, at this case, COVID, because you have to go into a high density area for people with the virus.
And
Also, you don't have if you have any other thing, there's not a lot of fucking ICU beds ready for
yeah.
you.
And
Or at
she's
least
like,
that was the problem earlier.
the hospital is reporting that it's like at 35% full with COVID, and she's like, but that's only 35 and it's rising. But she said that like that wasn't a bad thing. She's like, it's only 30. They said it's only 35% and it's only rising, so it's like not a big deal. And it's like,
Yeah,
it's only
cool.
35% and it's going up.
Yeah,
35 is quite a big
this is a
percentage.
pretty significant chunk.
Anyway, we were talking about this the other day. The bitches just like change clothes in front of each other. The bitches.
Okay, all right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But this is to go back to what we were just talking about with
Okay,
the lesbian girl. Do you think
all
like
right.
they like? Is it like us? Is it like dudes when they find like when they suspect one of their like friends to be gay when we're like in high school where it's like, oh, we can't fucking like take a shirt off around him. Do you think it's anything like that where they're like, no, we
I
can't
don't. No,
get
I don't.
dressed in front of Stephanie because she likes pussy.
I don't think so.
You think
I
they
think.
care?
I think. Yeah, I think it's just inherently like less threatening.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's like the right. I don't know if that's like the
No,
right
you're
thing,
right
but
because like when you're like fucking like 15 and 16, you think like gay people are threatening. You're like,
yeah, because you're retarded and
yeah,
old people have done a poor job of explaining that condition to you. Not condition,
that
but like
and like
that
you
thing
don't
to you.
understand like anything about it other than
Right.
it's not what you have.
Because we had a
So
poor
it's,
education about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't learn about it at all.
Yeah. No, we didn't know.
It was just like our sex
And our
ed
community
class.
wanted it to stay that way.
Yeah, like sex ed was like, there's gay people. Moving on.
Moving
It's
on.
like, oh, like what is that?
Here's a
Okay.
quick diagram of the penis and how it works, and moving on.
I want to I want to see like like a thing where it's like a gay guy in health class, and like when like we would like get our health books and we'd flip to like the pictures of the vagina and shit, and we're like, oh dude, look at that. I wonder if there's like
Yeah.
a gay dude who flips to like the picture of the cock and he's like,
There's some highbrow shit, that's for
yeah.
sure.
This is just what goes on in my head, dude.
Yeah.
It's- That's funny. I don't know.
Um, yeah, no, I think lesbian girls are less threatening. I think girls think about that as a problem a lot less. Um,
Yeah,
but also, like the tall lesbian girl that we had was friends with like all the hot chicks still,
yeah.
hung out with them all the time. So I mean, I don't think it was something that bothered them.
And I don't think they get like flack like dudes do.
No,
Welcome to the Incel Podcast.
no, no shit,
Realize that I'm
no
bitching
fucking
about
shit.
how women have it easier.
That's all. Yeah, you really got an agenda today, man. My
Yeah,
goodness.
I like I'm bitching like that gay guys have it hard and I'm not gay at all. See,
It's about them being men.
I am an ally,
Yeah,
and they are men.
yeah.
Barely, but they are.
Um, just to quickly surmise what you opened this up with. So we were just talking the other day, bitches undressing in front of each other. Girls, as like a culture, I guess, they're just comfortable with like changing clothes in front of one another.
Hmm.
And dudes risk life and limb to hide their dick and balls from one another for pretty much all of their lives.
Super
Until they
weird.
get to a certain age, I guess.
I've never like cared about that, but I've also like never like really done it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, uh, oh, I'm gonna change and like everybody's here, so I'm just gonna go into the bathroom
Yeah,
completely. Like you girls just fucking like, ugh. I
they're
was
just like,
they just change in front of each other, and
hmm
then it's like, yeah. And our male brains, our gross, disgusting brains, immediately refer to that as like as like a sex thing because you see tits, so you
yeah.
can't take that casual formation. But girls just they undress in front of each other, and it's crazy. And now, because like we used to be afraid of that stuff, kind of when like we were younger, but now I'm like sending you pictures of my nuts like all
Oh
the
yeah,
time for fun.
we be doing that.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for you to come around to this.
I haven't had a good idea. I need a spark of inspiration in just a little time.
I've been waiting for you to be like, all right, we can show dick and balls now. Yeah, I've never been like nervous to get undressed in front of like dudes. I've just never
That's
like
crazy.
I've
I
never
have.
like because I remember like before like in junior high was like the first like sixth grade was like the first year where we had to like change in the locker room. That had
Yeah,
never been a thing until then, and I
yeah.
was like, and then I remember like my like aunt and uncles and stuff being like, oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like nerve wracking, and I would just like get undressed in the middle of the yard and shit. And I was like,
I
this
never
is,
had that.
and they're like, this is not gonna be a problem for you at all. Never mind. And it was never an
I
issue. I didn't care.
I had my dick fall out of my
Me,
boxers one
so
time
did
when I
I.
was changing, and I'm pretty sure someone I knew at the time saw it but never brought it up, which is like pretty cool of them.
I had three people. Three
Damn.
people caught me slipping in the locker room.
Didn't they all like hype you up after that because of
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. It was
That's
super
good.
fucking stupid and gay. I hated it. Hated
That's
it so
fun.
much. I mean, yeah, I guess it's fun, but it's like I don't want people telling everybody about my penis. That's not that cool.
Uh, what if they say
Expect
it's big?
Yeah, but I don't want three dudes saying that.
That's true. That's true.
That's,
That's a good point.
I was wearing like some shitty Fruit of the Loom boxers that were probably too big for me at the time, and my dick just slipped through the fucking hole. And the guy sitting like right across from me, R.I.P. He's gone. But
Oh,
yeah.
Bo.
And he was like, he just stood up on the bleachers like, Trevor's cock is out. And then two other people ran around the corner, and they're like,
Whoa.
oh my god. And I was like, what the fuck? And then they just like ran out in the hall. They're like, we just saw Trevor's dick.
That's terrific.
Yeah, and then they talked to me about it for like the next like 3 days. They're like, dude, we saw your dick. I'm like, I know. I was there.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Gotta show off them dicks, I guess. You never hear women talking about each other's pussies like
Yeah, it's true.
that.
That's because they're so used to getting naked in front of water. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's not an anomaly when you see another bitch's pussy just hanging out. Also, I don't think that's necessarily a thing, really. I don't think they can have their pussy fall through the flap of their boxers.
I mean, I guess we might be surprised.
I mean, I know other ways that happens, but it's not like that. Sorry, are you bored now? Am I boring you?
No, I'm sorry. No, it's not. What's up? We've been playing a little Halo.
We're playing Halo, yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
We're playing like Halo 3 and shit. It's weird.
Get back into my roots. Halo was the first game I ever had on Xbox.
Yeah, mine too, I think. Halo 2.
Halo 3.
Uh,
I remember my brother got an Xbox, and then he talked shit to me about it for like 3 weeks. And then I went and got a fucking special edition Halo 3 Black Xbox. And he was pissed. But I didn't even have Xbox Live, so it didn't fucking matter at all. I just played Halo 3 by myself. I take it over to my cousin's house, and he's like, "Yo, this shit's fucking stupid. Let's play Madden."
nice.
And I'm like, "All right." What the fucking? What?
Yes.
You looked like you were
What?
about to say something.
No, I was listening to you talk.
Well, thank you.
No problem, dude. You got it.
Just trying to fill the dead air.
I know. I don't.
With,
I don't have anything to talk about.
I mean, we can talk about the Afghan situation.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Pretty duff,
The
man.
Lord of the Rings Amazon series is going to the UK instead of New Zealand for season 2.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yep. It's pretty nuts.
That is pretty nuts.
I wonder why they're doing that. Why do you think they're doing that?
It's probably easier for filming or something.
Why not just.
Maybe, I mean,
But
New
they
Zealand.
already filmed one whole season in New Zealand. Why not do it
That's
again?
true. I have no idea. Maybe they need a
They're
different
tired of
film.
everybody talking like this?
Maybe they need a different
can't.
topography. No, I said the right word.
I know.
Maybe they need a different topography for filming. Maybe they're going to a different location with the characters. It needs to look different.
I don't want that. I don't like that. This is
Okay.
also the budget for this show was also like fucking $100 million. It was crazy money. That's more than all 3 of the original Lord of the Rings trilogies combined.
No shit. I was gonna say that's not that much considering today's standards.
Yeah,
You make movies for like hundreds of thousands of
I think they
dollars.
made the first one on like 20 million, and probably less.
That shit looks great.
They're tired of everybody talking like this. Can't stand it. It's time to move out.
I should go kicking again.
I was yesterday. I was talking to Andre, who's not here right now because he's a fucking bitch.
Yeah, didn't tell us he
Uh,
wasn't gonna be here.
Yeah, and
We immediately started talking about how we were gonna do this tomorrow, and he just stopped talking in the group chat last night for like 3 hours until we left, and then never told us that he wasn't gonna be here today. So I think he thinks he's slipping this one under the wire.
Yeah,
Like,
he-
oh, he didn't want to be here, and
Yeah.
we have no idea.
he told me
Go
last
on.
night that he was like he was gonna get all prettied up, and he was gonna put on his satin panties and everything.
Oh boy.
He's wearing girls' underwear now. I talked him into it.
Nice, good.
But anyway, back to my initial point is that he was talking to me and I was just not replying. Instead, I was just going into Google fucking Translate and I was just typing
Yeah.
in that he's like gay and shit and having it come out in Chinese. And I did that for like probably 45 minutes. And I was having one of the best times of my life. I would do it on here, but it wouldn't translate because it'd only be me that could hear it.
Yeah,
Because for some reason the audio doesn't translate to you guys, so that's stupid. But it's so much fun just to type. Hello, I'm Andre, and I'm really gay, and then have it come out in Chinese. I did it again though. Where fucking, the other day when I was over it, I was like freaking out about the bump on my head.
Yeah, you
Well,
wouldn't stop.
I know. I've had this lump on my chest for like years. So it's obviously it's not like a problem, or else like it would have been a problem by now. But I just started panicking about it again last night. Don't
You're a lumpy dude. You're
Yeah.
mashed potatoes with lumps in it.
it's most likely a lymphoma, which is just like a fatty tissue bump. It's nothing. But like
Can't worry about that shit, dude.
I know, but I do.
I know. You just
That's
can't.
what happens when I'm alone.
I mean, don't get me wrong. like check your lumps, go to the doctors, do all that
Yeah.
shit. But man, you were feeling because you have like the base of your skull back here, and you were like freaking out about
I
it.
know.
And I had to feel it for you, even though it was like hours into us hanging out. And I finally had to feel your head for you, and then let you feel mine. And I was like, "See, it's okay." And you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
man, for someone who's so suicidal, you're awfully afraid to die."
No, no. Those are different things. I'm afraid to be diagnosed with a time limit.
Yeah,
That's what I don't want.
pussy. No, just kidding.
I'm terrified that they will tell me I will die. I don't like that at
Yeah,
all.
you like
I
having
was
the
like,
choice to kill yourself.
yes.
Yeah,
Or it's like if I want it to be over, I'm done. I like that. That's fine. But anyway,
that's
I was
fine.
fucking sitting in bed and I kept touching it, and I was like, now I'm fucking panicking, and I looked it
I
up.
touch it when I sit in bed too.
And like I guess like the moral of this is like, don't fucking look up anything that's wrong with you on the internet because the second option is always gonna be it's probably cancer. And then I already knew
Yeah,
this, and I still went in and I did this, and then I panicked for the next fucking 3 hours. And I was like, oh fuck, it's like a tumor, and
yeah,
obviously it's not because I've had it on my chest for probably 5 to 6 years, and it's like if anything, it's gotten smaller, so it's
yeah.
obviously not a fucking tumor. Or if it is, it's malignant. So, or I mean, or benign, whatever it's called. I don't know. But it's like, yeah, I can't be alone, dude. It's a problem.
Yeah,
When I'm alone, this shit is not good for me.
yeah,
Unless I'm like working on like a thing where I'm not thinking about myself. That's the only time that shit is like okay.
yeah. I get that.
I'm a a terrible person to be with myself.
What's your favorite animal?
Favorite animal?
Yeah,
A wallaby?
a wallaby.
I don't even know what a wallaby looks like. It's just a
Okay.
fun word to say. Don't they look like a big rat? Aren't they like a big squirrel
Yeah,
rat looking thing?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
I don't think I have a favorite animal.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm not it. Why do we don't even need animals? Why are they here?
I don't know if we don't need animals, but mine's got to be that fucking beluga whale shit that I show you.
Yeah.
Beluga whales are super smart, underrated in their smarts. They have
The
weird human craniums for their brain.
are they the ones with the fucking no, I think I'm thinking of sperm whale. They have like the weird chin shit that has like it looks like the bottom of your nuts going down their chin. You know what I'm talking about? Is that a sperm whale?
No, maybe. No, it's a fucking it's a blue whale.
Oh, they're
I'm
different.
talking about those little white beluga whales
Oh,
with
those
like
are
the round
belugas.
domes. Those are
I
belugas.
thought they were just whales.
No, no, no.
Okay.
Sometimes I forget just how fucking retarded you are
Yeah, dude.
sometimes.
Sue me. I don't know all about the fish.
There's
All
blue
right.
whales and orca whales and whales.
Well, why does everything else have something whale? Where's the
Because it's a
original whale?
different kind. You
Yeah,
gotta
but
specify
yeah.
it.
So why isn't there just a whale? There would have to be a
Because
whale,
it
right?
has to be specified.
Yeah,
They're all
whale.
whales.
Then you have, like we have. Never mind. We there's whale, and then there's beluga whale, orca whale, sperm
No
whale,
standard whale. What would
blue
a
whale.
standard whale look like?
I don't know. That's what I thought the hump shit guy was.
No, the white beluga whales are the smart ones. I like those, and I
Well,
like tigers. And I like
I don't
elephants
like the
too.
way you're assuming all the other whales aren't smart either.
That's true. The whales are incredibly smart.
That
They have.
was very disrespectful to all
You're
the
right.
whales out
Sorry
there.
to our whale fans out
Yeah.
there. Yeah, that's very rude of me. All
Shout out
whales are smart.
shout out to my orcas, am I right?
Yeah, orca lives matter. Am I right?
Orca lives matter.
Orcas are pretty fucking sick too. They'll
Yeah.
hunt sharks, great white sharks, actively and fuck them up and
I love
shit.
how they kill their people. That's
Yeah, no, yeah,
they
they're literally just like wolves of the sea.
they
They're big
murder
monsters.
all their fucking people at
Yeah,
SeaWorld and shit. It's fucking epic.
yeah. They're just big wild animals, and they live in hell forever. Fuck SeaWorld, first of all. Stand, put my foot down on that one. And yeah, no, they suck. And orca whales are dope as fuck.
Mhm.
Beluga whales are like those are the ones that I showed you where people will drop their
Yeah, they're
phones, and
playing
beluga whales will
fetch with him and shit.
they'll like get the phone and bring the phone back up to the people and just give it to them. And
Yeah.
then they'll play. There's one dude had a rugby ball and he was just throwing it out of the water, and a beluga whale was next to their boat as it was moving. And they would go get the ball and then bring it back to him, and they're just playing catch. Just wild. They're not domesticated at all. They're just doing it because they think it's fun.
Yeah.
They're smart motherfuckers.
They like to have
They have
fun.
they have one of the widest vocabularies and shit.
The widest,
Yeah,
like wide, WIDE.
that's the correct terminology for what I
No,
said.
I thought you said whitest at
Oh
first.
no,
So I
no.
was like, what
Probably
the
that
fuck?
because they're all white.
What does that
But
mean?
but they're yeah, wide,
Yeah,
wide
widest.
vocabularies.
How do we
Like
how do we know that?
elephants.
They don't say words.
Did we just record many different sounds and reactions from them when they do that shit?
Okay.
Probably. I just know they have one of the biggest vocabularies amongst the fucking sea mammals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that Hugh Jackman didn't know a wolverine was a real animal?
Did you know who? What?
Hugh Jackman didn't know that a wolverine was a real animal.
No, I
When
didn't
he
know
got the
that.
role for Wolverine, he thought it was a wolf.
I used to think that Wolverines were wolves when I was
He
younger.
thought it was just like a nickname.
Yeah,
So
I
like
thought that same shit.
he said he went onto set for the first day and he was like doing all this weird shit, like acting like a wolf. And like one of the
Yeah,
directors was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm trying to be like a wolf." And they're like,
yeah,
"Wolf? You're Wolverine." And he's like, "Yeah, but those don't exist." And he's like, "Yeah, they do.
yeah, they
You
do.
can go see one down at the zoo."
They're just like little wild badgers. They're
Yeah,
like
they're
no, I mean,
fucking
not
nuts.
badgers are wild, but yeah,
Yeah,
they're little
yeah.
fucking crazy
I
badgers.
don't think there's domesticated badgers.
I don't think so either. They're pieces of
These
shit.
things are nuts.
Yeah,
Was it? Is the badger in Bambi or is that Fox and the Hound?
could be both. I think
There's
both.
one of those movies where there's an angry badger.
I think Fox and the Hound is the one you're thinking of specifically, but I think there's a badger in both.
I don't know. I think they can only have a badger in one.
I'm sure. Who
Well, you see,
knows?
there's no deer in Fox and the Hound because they already
There
did deer
might
in
be.
Bambi. There's not. I've seen these movies millions of times.
Millions of times.
Millions. haven't haven't stopped watching. I can't watch that shit now because I'll probably cry. So
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't like it either.
I mean, I would like it, but then I'd be like where like the bad shit happens, and I'm like, fucking, why did I do this? And I'm just crying, and then I'm like, this is fucking terrible. This is stupid.
uh,
'Cause as I get older, the littlest shit in movies gets me sentimental about dumb shit,
yeah,
and I hate it.
I get that way too. I watched fucking Big Hero 6 and I got choked up at the end of it. I didn't think I was gonna.
Never seen it.
But it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one of the animated movies. It's like it starts off and you're like, oh, this is pretty good, and then it gets sad, and you're like, this sucks, and it goes on and it gets better, and then it gets really sad again. But yeah, at the end, you'll be like, you start to sniffle,
Get the little sniffies going.
you know, little sniffs,
Little sniffs.
little sniffers. What do you think about praying mantises?
They're gross.
You don't like them?
There's
I think
no
they're pretty
good
cool.
bugs. I don't. People who like bugs can fuck off.
If you just had to pick, because they're there, they're a real problem. Bug lives matter, first of all.
They don't.
Not all of them. I think mosquitoes can all die. I think all
Mosquitoes suck
mosquitoes
dick
can
too.
die. I think
All
if
the
you let them on there, they will.
all bugs suck. There's no good bugs.
I think some are cool just because they're around.
Like what?
I think cicadas and praying
No.
mantises are pretty cool. I like cicadas.
Cicadas
They come out
fucking-
and they break out of their shells like gross little aliens, and then they fly onto a tree, and then they're just like,
Yeah,
for
they're
like
fucking horrible.
7 hours until they die.
I still
I
get
love
freaked
'em.
out when I see one of their shells. It's
Really? I love
disgusting,
that
dude.
shit.
It's fucking gross.
I used to love to find those on trees.
Ugh, No,
I
I've always
love
hated it.
those.
I'd always
They
find
they they birthed from the ground
yeah,
and they crawl up trees in these like shells that don't have wings. They have these little pincers, and then they break out of the back of those shells, and then
yeah.
they like draw in like their new form, and they dry off their wings, and then they just fly around and they just buzz loudly like a fucking siren,
When I find one,
and
I
it's the best
smash
thing
the
ever.
shit out of it.
No, I like them.
No, they're
They're really
fucking
big and they're
disgusting.
really tough. I'm surprised you do that.
No, the shells. I don't think
Oh,
I've ever
oh, this
seen an
stuff.
actual cicada.
What?
Yeah,
They're like aliens.
I
I
wouldn't
love
like
them.
know probably.
I'll get one for you, and we
I
can
did a
listen to
bug
it scream
collection
up
once in
close.
high school, and I didn't know what half the bugs were.
Yeah. When you like hold one like here and they scream, they literally like you can feel your eardrums.
Yeah.
Like they scream so loud. I'm like, how the fuck is it making this noise? And I like praying mantises because they're heartless, cold killers of literally
Yeah,
everything, including other praying mantises. They just wow, and then they just slowly eat the fucking brains out of shit.
they're all terrible. All bugs suck.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Fucking,
They don't have to have a conscience like you or me. They don't have that
I
social setting.
yeah, I'm not talking to. They have a fucking
But that's
societal.
why they're horrible all the time.
No,
They
they
don't have a
look all.
reason
They're
not
just
to
all
just
of
do
them
their own
look
shit.
fucking disgusting.
What about butterflies? Little
Yeah, butterflies
flutterbies.
also look disgusting.
No, they're pretty cool. They do.
Yeah, they look cool on their wings. Have you seen their fucking faces?
Yes, they're insects.
I liked butterflies until that episode of SpongeBob where
Yeah,
like
that
close
fucked me
ups
up
on
too.
the face, and ever since then they've been horrifying.
Yeah, no, that shit fucked me
They're
up too.
terrible.
Yeah, no, I think they're all right.
The only bug that doesn't look like an absolute monster is probably a cricket.
Crickets don't look that good comparatively. They
Yeah,
got gross little alien faces too.
yeah,
I
but
can't believe you'd pick crickets over like anything
the
else.
crickets don't look like a fucking monster as much as all the other ones do. They
I
all
don't
have
know.
the big fucking giant fucking eyes and snarly.
Crickets look like just like cockroaches.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They look like cockroaches that
They do
can
not.
jump. They're
They do
jumping
not look
spider
like.
cockroaches.
They do not look like cockroaches.
And they vomit as defense, which is
It's
pathetic.
cool. It's
Yeah,
cool shit. I used to like those fucking roly poly things as a child. I fucking hate them now.
they're weird when you
I
lift
pick
up
up
a
like
rock.
a brick or something and I see him under, I freak the fuck out. I hate it. Hate that shit. If I see a
Think
cricket,
about
I'm like, oh, that's a cricket.
think about centipedes.
They're fucking disgusting, dude. What the centipedes, millipedes, they're fucking gross as fuck. I hate it. Nothing should have that many legs.
It's crazy that they have that many legs. It's crazy the functionality of that.
And they move like snakes.
You think they would have stopped at like 12? Like, you think that would be enough?
Yeah, like spiders are like, we got 8, and these things are like, yeah, we got 1,000.
We got like 100.
Why the fuck do you have that?
Just because
Like, I don't know,
it just set the
we
bar, dude.
You know, more legs, more stuff. I don't know. I hate
Um,
seeing like the fucking videos of like where dude finds one of those giant fucking ones in their house and shit. Like, I don't know, how could you live in a house after that? In that house
yeah.
specifically, I couldn't.
Oh my God! I had a dream that I that just reminded me, and I don't know why. It's a big constrictor snake, like a big one. Yeah, I know you already don't like this, but its cage had been like broken open, and it was a domestic snake, so it was like kind of chill. So I like grabbed it, but it was so big that I wanted to grab it near the neck too. But then I had to rebuild its cage so I could put it in something. And like cages don't really work very well for snakes, but
No, they don't, do they?
tanks do. Tanks work very good. You should put them in a tank. But I was like trying to rebuild this thing, and I kept slipping off the snake because it's a dream,
Yeah.
and it would like try to bite me, and I would like just barely get it. And this thing was fucking huge. I was like trying to put it back in the thing, but I had to build it, and it just kept slipping and trying to bite me. And it didn't have. It had like big like fucking curved fangs that I was worried about because I was like, it's a constrictor. It's not venomous, but I was like, still like, what if it is? And I was trying to grab it and shit. I wanted to get rid of it. It was like I was in a weird room with like a sliding glass door, and there was like a hurricane outside, so I couldn't leave, and it was super fucked.
It's crazy, dude.
It's just a weird ass dream, and I'm like, I have to stop this snake. And the more I grabbed it, the more agitated it got.
Yeah,
I was
of
like, I
course.
can't keep fucking with this snake. was horrible. That's where it ended. I woke up in a cold sweat.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was like the one I had that I told you about where the fucking snake that's loose in my house
Yeah.
ended up being like 20 feet long and fucking like wrapped all the way around me. And my dad's like, "Wait there, I'll go find something." And I'm just sitting there wrapped, coiled in a snake's fucking grip.
That sucks.
Horrifying, dude. Fuck snakes and fuck bugs. There's no need for any of them. Yeah, bees, bumblebees. They're
I
okay.
like bees. Bumblebees are pretty tight and
I
they're
don't.
very docile.
I don't really like how big they are, but like
I like that.
I don't know. Because
They're just
they're very
fluffy little
intimidating.
shits. Yeah, no, they're just fluffy. Like wasps and shit'll land on you and sweat bees and stuff, but bumblebees, they literally just ignore you as hard as they can.
Hmm.
Because they're just like, oh, fuck that. I'm going to fly over here. Like they don't care as long as you're not like actively smashing them and punching the hive and shit. They really don't give a shit.
But what's the fun if you're not beating the shit out of the hive?
No, we have a hive somewhere at the end of our property. There's like an area where you go and there's just like dozens of bumblebees around in this like specific area. You can go on the other side of the creek to the other side, and there's a bunch over there too. And you're like, okay, so they're centralized somewhere.
Hmm.
Because you just go down there, and then there's suddenly just like a bunch of them. It's like, I want to find it. I think it's in the trees.
Why do you want to find it?
Because I think it'd be cool to see it. I want to see how big it is.
We had a
I want to see
hornet's
if I can
nest.
extract the honey and die.
We had a hornet's nest in our backyard last year, and that was fucking awful.
Yeah, I bet.
You couldn't get within 20 feet from it without getting stung.
I bet you couldn't.
I was trying to fucking mow, and it was just like bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, fuck. And finally, it stormed, and the storm knocked a branch off and killed the nest.
Yeah. So, spring, I couldn't have my window open very much because there was a ginormous. Actually, last fall too, there was a ginormous wasp nest in my window, and there was just dozens and dozens and dozens of wasps in my window.
Oh, I thought you
The
were talking about
only
in
one
your
that
car.
opens.
I,
No, no, no,
I
no, no.
know what you're talking about now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see
The
what you're
only
talking
other one that I can open that one if there's not an AC unit in it, and then I can open that one, and then I can get this really nice cross breeze. It's like existing in the sky. It's like the
about.
best wind tunnel you'll ever have, and there was wasps that got in that one, and there was just dozens of wasps in the window at all times, just dozens, dozens. It was this huge nest, and then eventually they all died because of the cold, and then it fell down, and I was excited, and now there's a wasp nest in it again, exactly the same spot. And I'm going to kill them this time. I'm not going to
Yeah.
ignore them. It sucks because it's at the top of this old window. So the only way I can get them is to get a sprayer that sprays really far, open the window, like just on my wrist and aim upwards and
Yeah.
just spray at
And
it
you
and
just
hope
gotta.
they all die. And by the time they fall down at my hand, I hope they're dead. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
But fuck it. It's war. I want that window open for fall, and I will kill them all, and I'll get hurt in the process, and I don't care.
It's worth. Get a ladder and go from the outside.
I wish I could,
Why can't
but
you
the storm windows are up.
break it?
I'm gonna break the window.
Smash it. Just.
They are covered from both sides, so I just have to go in through the bottom. There is like an inch gap that they get out of, and I can try.
Yeah.
But the best thing I can do there is just douse the base of the nest and hope they all somehow die from that.
Fucking wasp.
Pieces of fucking shit, dude. I do hate them. I remember I worked at a school once, and what are they? Mud daubers? They kill wasps, something like
Yeah,
that. Mud dabbers.
cicada killers and shit. Yeah.
Cicada killers will kill wasps. So when I was working at the school, and after morning left, and it was like 11 o'clock, wasps would start to come out, and they want to come check you out because you're sweating and you're just in it. So the school that I used to work for, they had like these middle courtyard areas that was just like all big garden area,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have to weed that area. So that's why I was there in the mornings. That's where I was working, and I would be ripping these things out. And the wasps would come out after it got a little hotter, and they would all come fuck with me. And eventually, like the cicada killers would just figure out where they would come. So the cicada killers would fly around me. They didn't care about me. They didn't sting me or anything. They would wait, and very occasionally they would land on my shoulders and wait for a wasp to get near, and they'd fly up and they would like fucking kill them out of the air. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. It'd be like a wasp coming to me, and the fucking thing will take off, and it'll dab it, and the thing will just fall dead onto the ground. This is pretty sick.
That's sick.
It was super cool.
That's sick AF.
Yeah, it was super fun because I'd just be looking up, and there'd just be this battle in the sky around me. These fucking cicada killers just murdering wasps left
like
and
a
right.
Star Wars fucking battle in the air.
Yeah, yeah,
shooting lasers,
zipping
and
around
shit.
each other. I'm like, I just want to get the weeds out.
Today is Friday the 13th.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
Spooky.
Huh. Do 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 do.
That's the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it is. That's crazy.
You know what the theme for Friday the 13th is?
Isn't it just like a piano key over and over again? It's like
No. That's Halloween.
Damn it! Yeah, it is. Fuck. What's the theme for Friday the 13th?
There isn't one. It's just like I don't know how to do it. It's just like a yeah, that's it. That's what it is. Yeah. There you go. Good stuff.
I knew I'd land on it eventually.
Yeah, you just had to name all the other ones first.
Yeah, I had to cycle through all the
Twilight Zone, which isn't a horror thing.
Not even in there. I don't know why I thought that it was.
What if the Twilight Zone theme song was the theme song for Friday the 13th?
What if every time you took a sneeze, you got fucked in your ass?
I would have
Imagine.
a definite problem. I sneeze so much.
Every time you sneeze, the guy would come in your ass. Imagine. Do, 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 do.
You just did the Halloween theme again.
God damn it. What is the Twilight one? Now I can't think of it.
Do 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 do.
Okay, yeah. Imagine a world where there weren't women and there were only guys and you had to be gay.
Sounds perfect. It's a perfect world.
Yeah, it's a perfect world. Society is thousands of years advanced. No car crashes ever happened.
Oh, dude, I was doing
shit.
I was doing the Chinese Google Translate, and it just kept making it say where I parked my car. And I was having such a good time. And Andre's sitting there, he's like, "What the fuck are you saying?" And I'm like, "No, you're not gonna get it." And then I finally told him, I was like, "I'm making it say where I parked my car." And he's like, "Why is that funny?" And I was like, "See, Carter would be laughing hysterically at this."
I'd be laughing pretty good.
creepy stuff happens on today's Friday the 13th. I don't even know if does creepy shit happen, or is it just like a weird thing? It's like one of those urban legends.
I guess. I don't know. 13 is just like a bad number, I guess.
Because they don't have 13th floors on in hotels.
Some of them do, yeah.
None of them.
Yeah, some of them do.
None of them do.
Absolutely.
No, it goes 12 to 14. All of them.
Not in all of them.
All of them.
Nope.
I've been in way more hotels than you.
I don't even know if that's true now.
It is true.
No.
It's 100% true.
You might have been in more hotels that have 13 floors plus.
No, they don't have 13 floors.
Well, you know what I mean. Numerically and existingly, they have 13 floors, but it goes from 12 to 14 in those instances.
Which because everybody on the 14th floor knows they're on the 13th floor.
They're on the 13th one still. You can't just trick them like that. We're not that sneaky.
You can't go up and be like, oh, 12, 14, okay. And then you're on there and you're like, this isn't the 13th, this is the 14th. There's no way a rational person can be like, yeah, I'm on the 14th floor. And they're like, oh, you mean the 13th? He's like, no. The number says 14, dumbass.
It is.
Yeah,
it
but
is the 13th floor from the bottom.
The next one from 12. So it.
What do you think? Death is reading the elevator numbers to get where the fuck he needs to go.
That might trick him, dude.
He might say, sneaky.
The supernatural forces are like, shit, we can't do anything. It doesn't say 13.
Tricky, senor.
can't do anything with it unless it says 13. God damn it! You got us
Fuck!
again.
Can't fucking do
Did you
anything.
did you know that people who are religious aren't allowed to be superstitious?
I'm like some of
Tec-
them.
technically, it's a sin.
Yeah, most of them are though, because
Yeah,
nobody actually knows what their
they're
religion is.
they're a sinner
But yeah,
because superstition is created by it's devil's work.
yeah, but isn't
So
like being religious in and of itself a superstition?
I mean, for rational
Just
people, yeah, kind of.
from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah, but because the superstitious elements are devil's work, so if you believe in them, technically you're committing a sin by believing in the devil's falsehoods. So
That's pretty good.
to be superstitious is to be sinful if you're
Um,
religious.
my girlfriend tells me the story
Suck
of
that,
kids
you
that she
religious
used to
fucks.
that she used to babysit, and their parents are Jehovah's Witnesses. And
Oh,
when their kids are
suck.
like at school and they watch like things that have to like even if it has like a wizard or the talk of magic in it, her kids have to like turn around and close their ears. They do it while they're at school so they can't hear it. And like that, those people should have their children taken away from them.
Because they're not allowed to
That
watch
is
TV or
insane.
anything.
Yeah, they're not allowed to see like anything that isn't remotely related around
Yeah.
God or Jesus Christ. Yeah.
What's crazy is they don't celebrate birthdays.
Yeah, because there's only
But
one birth that's important or whatever the fuck.
is that what it is? I was gonna say they don't
I
celebrate
think
birthdays,
so.
but they celebrate Jesus' birthday.
That because that's the important one, and we have to devote ourselves to him,
That's crazy.
which is a really shitty and gay philosophy, and you shouldn't indoctrinate your children to believe in that.
Yeah.
We should really nip that one in the bud. I know that wouldn't be very freedom of religion, but I'm looking the other way, I
It's not
guess.
very freedom of religion of you.
Wasn't very indoctrinate my kids of you.
It's a start a cult. It, yeah, cult cults are cool. Religion's dumb. Especially Jehovah's Witness. Is it Jehovah or Jehovah?
Jehovah.
It's with a V. That's what I thought. I
Yeah,
definitely
but
didn't
there's
think
like
it
an
was with a
H in
B.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
They obviously.
Jehovah. Okay, so it ends with a V too. So
Yeah.
it's Jehova. Get that last H out of here.
Is it Hebrew? Is that
Jehovah's
a,
Witnesses is a millenarian restorationist Christian denomination with
okay? It's not
non-Trinitarian beliefs distinct from the mainstream Christianity. The group
Trinitarian.
reports
Is that like Trinidad?
no, like three, I guess. I don't know. Non-Trinitarian beliefs distinct from mainstream Christianity. The group reports a worldwide membership of probably approximately 8.7 million adherents involved in evangelism and annual memorial attendance of over 17 million.
Fucking tight.
Jehovah is a Latin is the Hebrew Yahweh or something like that. One vocalization of the tetragrammation, the proper name of the God of Israel in the Hebrew Bible, and
Why
is
are you
considered
reading
one
like
of the
that?
seven. Because I have my ring light in the way of like it's directly in the middle of the fucking paragraph, so I have to lean this way and lean that way to read the God names of God in Judaism. The derived forms of Lehoah and Jehovah first appeared in the 16th century. I would love to watch you try to read half this shit.
I will.
I was getting tripped the fuck up with millenarian restorationist Christian denomination with non-Trinitarian beliefs. I was, they were breaking my ankles at that shit. Give me a chance, dog. I barely passed high school. Give me a fucking
Yeah.
break.
I have a hard time with words. It's a known fact.
I don't even have a hard time with words. They were just getting me. They were tripping me up with the big ones.
You just have bad eyes. You have bad. You have bad sight.
Don't have bad eyes.
You do.
Oh, there was one politician activist dude and his wife. They were for making the elections in Russia fair, and he was just jailed essentially over that. But he was put sentenced to like 11 years in jail, and his wife was 10 and a half years in jail.
Nice.
And they have two kids, and they're younger adults, I guess. They're like just like 30, I think. And in Russia, and they were political activists to have fair elections instead of the pieces of shit they currently have. That is not an election at all, in case nobody knows about Russian elections or democracy. It's not very good. And they were almost immediately jailed after they came up because of drug charges, which is something that hits strangely. This is crazy, but it hits almost all political activists in
Yeah,
Russia. Crazy, but
makes sense.
anytime somebody comes out, they're always doing drugs and they get caught for it. And I mean, if you would believe it, it's crazy, but that political activist who was in jail, he was in a cage for his court hearing. And he ripped up the bench and threw it at the side and everything. He was just fucking that cage up. Um, but he said that the drugs were planted.
Of course.
Crazy of an idea, I know. But one of the police involved in the case that um,
I would like to go to
was
Russia.
supposedly
I would like to
in
go to
on it,
Russia
planting the
someday.
drugs.
So
Okay.
maybe cool it.
No, no, I will not. But one of the police officers involved in the case that helped in the planting of the drugs, he just recently got in that court case. It was brought up that he had a previous drug addiction problem and he got removed from his position and he's going to be jailed as well.
Nice.
Sick.
They got a lot of cool things cooking up.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
There goes my trip to Russia.
Yeah, don't go to Russia. It's horrible. Don't
No, but I want to see the little.
don't do
I,
anything to support them.
I want to see
They're
the little
a horrible
Candyland building,
dictatorship.
dude. I want to see the Candyland
You can
building.
see it on the internet.
It's
Get
not
the
the
fuck out of
same.
here. I know, but you go to Russia and you're supporting and you're like, oh, this is fine.
I
And
remember
meanwhile, they're evil. I
the
mean,
first
we are too, don't get me wrong,
the
but we
first
can't do
time I
much about
saw
that.
that building was in a Guinness World Records book, and it
For
was.
being the largest onion in the sky.
I don't know what it was in there for, but it was there was a picture of it in the Guinness World Records book, and I was maybe like 12 years old when I saw this, and then right next to it was also like a picture of some chick and like some big ass titties, and like some
In
fucking
some
like
big ass titties.
yeah she had some big ass titties on, and then she had like on top of the titties she had like a bra, obviously because it's a Guinness World Record book. It's not a porn magazine. But
Yeah.
she had like this American like stars and stripes fucking outfit on, and it looked like it was made of candy. And that's how I remember the Candyland building because I saw big titties
Well,
in like a candy outfit.
yeah, the building, the big onion building, it
Big
looks like
ugly.
fucking yeah, they get the weird turnips at the top or
Yeah,
whatever. They're
it looks
fucking
like it's
weird,
from
but
the Candyland game.
it looks like it's from yeah, it literally does. It looks like
It's the same.
fucking
It's the
it looks like a fantasy
it's the
castle.
Candy
Like it doesn't make
Castle.
sense.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
Candyland.
it literally does. It's ridiculous.
Does that game make you hungry?
No. Mostly because all the candy is like people. You get yourself with the weirdest shit.
I can't help it, dude. It's just funny to imagine somebody getting hungry while playing Candyland.
I the
I
special kids at our school, there's a couple who
yeah.
probably start eating the pieces.
They're probably they're licking the board and shit.
Yeah. Last night, we were I forget what we were talking about, but you brought up chief of police, and I
Chief
said
Chief of
chief,
Pennies.
and I said chief of police, and
Yeah,
you laughed for like maybe
that was
15
good, dude.
minutes, and it was I loved it.
It hit me
I was like,
hard.
I'll never know specifically what it is I'm gonna say that's gonna set you off, but it is my favorite thing in the world.
Chief of Pennies was pretty good.
Chief, you're just wheezing out Chief of Penice over and over again as you're crying as because you're laughing so hard. It is my favorite thing.
I know somebody that probably gets hungry playing Candyland.
I'm sure we know a few people.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm the person.
So
Like, man, I want to eat that dude made out of fudge.
yeah. He's just like a muck monster. He's just
He's just
a
a big
chocolate
poop.
blob.
Yeah.
I never found that guy appealing.
No, me
I
neither, because
like
he looks like
there was
shit.
the fairies that they were pretty cool. They were like the lollipop fairies or whatever the fuck. I don't remember. It's been so long since I played this game. But there was one bitch who had like green hair, green or blue, and she had some candy shit on her, and I thought that shit was hot. This is all I need is big titted bitches and candy. Big titties and candy.
Big titties and candy.
Without that, life is gay,
Pretty much.
and then you
That's what.
die.
Yeah. Life's a game, and then you
Yeah,
die.
if you take if you take anything away from this, it's that life is gay, and then you die.
Yeah. And we should name something Big Titties and Candy at
Big
some point
titties
in
and
the
candy.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like big and rich, but big titties and candy.
Yeah. It's like good and plenty, but
Yeah.
titties and candy.
Which one of us is big titties and which one of us is candy?
I am inarguably Big Titties. It's not something we can have a debate about.
Okay.
That is objective fact.
I guess that makes me candy.
Yeah, you're candy, and I'll be Big Titties.
I want to title this episode that, but I can't put in big titties.
Damn it! Ah, fuck.
I can put big T's.
Yeah, that
Big
works.
T's and candy.
Big T's and candy.
But
Why do they call you Big T? I got big fucking titties.
I got big fucking titties.
Big fucking titties. I've gotten like 3 breast implants all at once, and I just have like they're just exploding out in
Just
every
have
direction.
fucking silicone
lumpy
tits
and
piled on
fucked
top
up.
of each other.
Yeah, they're like pushing out like in different directions, so it's all just lumpy and fucked up. I got big titties.
I saw some fucking like porn star that I follow on Twitter. She tweeted like last night that she got a breast reduction, and it made me sad a little bit.
Yeah.
She's like, I just got my breast reduction surgery, and I'm recovering in the hotel, and a piece of me died a little bit. I was like, damn, dude.
It's probably good for her health.
I don't care.
I know, you're a piece of shit. I get it.
Anything for the big titties, dude.
You can't argue.
I can and I will.
You can't want to execute women for getting breast reductions and also not be a piece of shit. You can't have
I've
both of
never
those.
argued for executing them. I just brought it up as an idea. Okay.
I was spitballing.
I never argued for it. I just thought about it and then said,
I
hey.
am glad that we've worked you out of the phase where you just inherently disliked girls with small titties, and now you're like, well, I guess there's nothing they can do about it right now. You had like a short, quick phase where you're like, fuck her, she has small titties.
No, I still feel that on the inside a little bit.
That's fair, but it doesn't come out into the world as much. It's progress. Progress is progress.
The people are more than their tits. Not very much, but hey.
That's a good revelation. It's good of you. That's a big thing. That's a big move for you.
Yeah. I'm an ally.
Yeah, I'm an ally.
I have.
You've very recently come to the conclusion that people are more than their tits, and you're a
Listen,
big ally.
Earlier in the app, I did the whole incel bit for like 30 minutes. I have to bring it back around.
Yeah.
I'm on your side.
Yeah, you're allowed to have small
Sometimes.
titties. I think that's fair. Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, you are allowed to. It's just why.
Some people don't want the big ass titties.
But it's so much better.
Yeah, for you personally,
I mean,
not for everybody.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
I think everybody prefers some bazooms, you know?
Not always the people who have them.
Well, they're selfish.
Not selfish. See, now we're regressing. This is bad.
Quit hiding your potential from the world.
It's not potential. It's just how they are.
Blossom like the flower you are. And then get the big old bazooms.
Ladies, can you believe it? He's single. He's available.
Shocking. It's more surprising that this isn't why.
I don't think it has nothing to do with that, but
Well, I
a
mean,
small, yeah.
Come on. I don't let this part show to
Yeah,
because they never get this far.
yeah, that's true.
I like how I'm talking about like I'm the prize. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
no, they
Yeah,
can't get this far in with me,
yeah. They're not
and
allowed to level 3, where I make fun of titties,
it's their fault they can't get
where
here.
I body shame people almost
It's not
constantly.
body shaming.
It is 100%
It's
body shaming.
it's
You can't even
all right,
argue that
if
it's not
I'm
body
body
shaming.
shaming, then they're body neglecting.
It's not true.
Okay,
That is, that is not true at all.
they're neglecting their potential in their body.
It is 100% body shaming.
It's not body shaming.
Perhaps we could
It's
donate some of our titties to them.
if it could be body project. That's not how. I don't think that's a thing.
No, it's not. But
If anything, if you want to say it's body projecting,
perhaps,
I would side with that a little bit, but it's not shaming. Because, like I said, you're allowed to have small titties.
yeah. You heard it here first, folks. Trevor will allow you to have the bodies that you have.
I might, I might complain, but
Piece of shit.
I'm doing a character. It's a character.
I know. I know.
No, seriously.
Hey, yeah, come on.
Big titties or nothing. Let's go. I'm the bagel
Listen,
boss.
I don't
Big-
disavow you for wanting a girl with big titties. I think that's a perfectly natural reaction to being
Yeah.
alive. That's fine.
How big?
I think there's definitely a too big.
Absolutely.
A Hitomi J cup, pretty fun every once in a while. Pretty fun to see titties that hang down to her stomach, not
Yeah.
because they're saggy, but just because they're so big.
Yeah.
But
I get those reduced. Absolutely.
yeah, I think there was a gnat. Ignore it, but I got him. It's cool. um, I think perhaps what did we agree on last? It was like double D or something. It's
I think I
just
said like beyond double D. Like when you
yeah,
get to
yeah,
like an E, it's like damn.
yeah. It's like damn. It's
You
just a
might
little big. I think the D's are yeah,
yeah. Cut that.
I think
Cut that back.
yeah,
Take an inch off the top.
yeah. Take an inch off the top.
That's
Yeah.
that's a new sketch idea. He's a barbershop guy doing breast
What he does
reduction
tits.
surgery.
Yeah.
What you
I'm
want,
just
bitch?
like
Bitch, what you want? You want a couple inches off the top?
a couple inches off the top, and can you tighten up the sides maybe? And he's like, yeah.
Shorten up the sides, longer on top. All right.
You
I
want
can-
it. You got it.
RESPCT. Just clipping away.
RESPCT. Gonna cut off your titties. And slicing at him.
TITTES. Yeah.
T-I-T-T-S. Titties.
Titties. Give them titties a fade.
Give them titties a face.
Just-
He has a scalpel and a buzzer. And he's like,
He's got the little razor thing that they run through, like the.
yeah, yeah.
What a great character, dude. That's fucking amazing.
There's women walking out of there and they got squared off
Yeah.
titties. They're like blocks. It's like a new design. Like, yeah, she got the flat top.
Yeah.
They got him going down at an angle.
Yeah.
He's like, I am good at my job.
Yeah. Alright, and with that, we're out.